So, who do you think will win? Me or ChatGPT? So I wanted to do some experimenting on how my content would match up against a ChatGPT made article. So this is part 3. In the first part, I went through the entire process, kind of my keyword research process and the strategy. Part 2 was where I actually had some results after a few weeks, but not enough to really provide a concise picture. And now we've had a couple of months where I'm now going to compare it to blogs that I did with that completely without ChatGPT as I normally would. It's given some time for Google to start recognizing the page and the links and so on. So let's just dive in. Okay, so this is actually going to be my first look at this data for quite some time. Tried to do it on purpose, and plus I was just busy with some other stuff. This is the first page I'm showing you here is the page that was done with ChatGPT. Not completely, obviously. In the other 2 videos, I talked about how you probably shouldn't be using it 100% with ChatGPT without making edits, and sometimes major edits. But I mean, if you're a good SEO copywriter, I think you'll probably know those things. And in the past videos, I noticed this lull here where it just wasn't doing anything. And in the other video, I checked out some of my other blogs that even I wrote, and a lot of times there is this kind of little gap. It really depends on each circumstances how long that is. Maybe Google's going through updates, but now you can see it's kind of going up a bit. This was a very difficult keyword, so I'm getting some good impressions. I'm just not getting a really good click-through rate, and that's my fault. I just have to do better with some of the tagging and some of the descriptions, so that just kind of gives you an idea. Yeah, so this is just giving you a good idea. 3,000, like impression-wise, it's pretty good. Let me remove the clicks. You can see here, right when I made it, it kind of jumped a bit, 40 impressions, and then it's just dead, right? And I thought, oh my God, Google recognized this as being, AI, because they do heavily penalize that stuff. So you guys gotta be mindful of that. And then it boom spikes up here with a peak 273 in a day. Pretty good. So the rest of this is just my issues. Now let's look at some of the other pieces of content that I have. This one obviously doesn't have as much of a range. So this one had already 3,000 clicks. This one has 423, higher CTR, which is good, but I mean, I wouldn't say, see, this one doesn't have the dip. This is a very recent one that I've done, but you can see here, it's just going up, up, up. So here, let's see, February 27th. So almost a month without this little dip. Let's see how much we had. When did this dip happen here? After January 31st. Yeah, so 10 days in, and we see this. So interesting thing to note. Now let's look at another one, kind of was done around the same time. So yeah, this one has very similar behavior, higher CTR. So that may have to do with the title, it may have to do with the content, don't really know. Yeah, you see here kind of similar behavior. This was a very, very difficult keyword. Actually, all 3 of these were very difficult, so it's still part of the process, optimizing this. So yeah, we had this dip here too, and it kind of goes up, but I mean, what, 3 impressions a day? That's nothing, because here it was like dead, completely dead. 1, 0, and this is the other one, and then it usually has this spike, right? It has that spike. Do we have that on this one? Yeah, see, this spike happened in 2 days. This one was just a single day spike. And then it's starting to maybe even out here. So, overall, I don't know. I wouldn't say, 2 of these are just the CTR. And I don't really know if that is a issue with the content itself, or if it's, the actual description or the title or the picture, right? Because those 2 things are weighing in heavily, right? Those things weigh heavily on the performance of the CTR. So yeah, that's it. I don't know if I'm going to do any more of these, me versus ChatGPT ones. The more that we find out about ChatGPT, probably the more videos I'll do. So thanks for tuning into this one. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. Gonna be doing more of these. If you have any questions, you want to see other videos, let me know.